You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
if you're
In the
banning
league,
Himmelsdorf, you better be gods on other maps.
you
And
have
like,
to
or
literally
you're
be a
facing someone
god.
that is a god on Himmelsdorf. And if someone is better than,
Like you
if
have to
you're gonna
be.
concede that they're better than you
Mhm.
at Himmelsdorf,
Mhm.
then you have a, maybe a problem.
You have to be like. It has to be. There actually, I feel like there really is anybody in the league that's like that. But let's say somebody bans Himmelsdorf, like they have to be really nutty at like Murrow or like Steps, because I feel like people aren't
Himmels
gonna
is the
ban those
map
maps.
it's the equivalent of the guy, you take off your shirt and you
Mm.
say like, let's go, brah. Like, you want to go like that. That's just the map. If you can't,
Okay.
and if you're not comfortable with it, then you're probably not going to win the fight.
Yeah, I'm not
Looking
comfortable with
here,
that.
Prokhorovka.
With
Did
the
I make
shirt
you
off.
uncomfortable, Smiley?
Yeah. No, I'm just playing.
You know what'll also make you uncomfortable? Externals in a bat chat, hoping to make 5 out of 5 count because we talked about the uncomfortable nature of the bat chat a little bit earlier on, but demonic desu may make you more uncomfortable in the bat chat.
Well, I thought it was hilarious early in the league when External had optics on. You remember that? He had that old setup, the V-Stab Vents optics.
Of course he did. If he didn't, Canadian Impact would have yelled at him and called him a noob.
Back in my day, I'm External. Back in my day, we didn't have these fancy equipment 2.0s. We had to.
Some shots getting exchanged. Waifu's Desu taking 2 shots of damage there for the commitment.
Wait, those are not
the
right teams. That's Tomatito's and Burball. I was like, wow,
yes,
Tomatito still gets to play.
I just looked up when I was going to call out the HPs.
Yeah.
Yep, it is. We will get that fixed for you guys momentarily.
I'm pretty sure blue is Team Flare and red is CatJam, for those of you that
and Nexus is spearheading the charge for Flare as he comes over. They're going straight for Waifus and Honey Badger, and they are going to get both of them. They have shots from the hill with their bad chat, but the 277 on the 1 line's out of the fight. He's not going to be able to do anything. They're going to get these picks, and then they just have to get safe and keep rolling. That BZ, he's gotten out his shots. He has to run. That's Hasu. And, yeah, Honey Badger about to go down to Dark Ninja.
Honey Badger showing everybody
but 2 guns down.
How good of a caller he is.
That was simple. That was super duper simple. They recognize, I mean, look at this. The IS-7 and the 277 are just kind of not there. And the reality is, although that 7 line where Felix is playing feels close to those tanks, it isn't as close as you'd like to, because he's going to get the 1 shot on them crossing, and then he has to be driving forward in order to even be there.
Correct.
And the bat shot on the hill's getting what shots he can get out, but he's not going to be able to get completely consistent 100% pens on these things. And now they just go back over. Bolt's next, then Felix.
Boom, boom, boom.
Tomatito's just continuing to go up and up and up, and yeah.
No,
very good heads
it's
up
Team
play, but...
Flare, not Tomatito.
Oh, sorry, I read it right there.
No, I know.
Flare.
You just...
It is Flare. They have a little red fire...
Honey Badger was in my chat earlier, and he was like, why am I not getting drops? And I said, only good callers get drops. And he said, yeah, exactly. Why am I not getting drops?
Oh. Well, there's externals equipment there for you. He's got his stabilizer, he's got his hardening, he's got his rations, he's got his split of heat and APCR. He's sitting there good. No more optics. And getting out 3,200 damage in his bat chat in that game. And you can see now at the top the teams are correct. Dark Ninja following it up with 3K 1 kill. Bloop 2,500 1 kill. PM 22. Look at that. Everyone's 2K or above on Team Flare. Meanwhile, everyone on CatJam below 2K and no kills. Is there anything else I should say, Smiley?
Team Flare. Oh, we hadn't done predictions yet. I predict that if Team Flare is lighting the fire within themselves, they 4-0 CatJam. Now, if Team Flare doesn't do that, let's say that they go into like a slump, but I feel like that's a great opening. It's always good. Here's the thing. It kind of is like what the Bears did in a way, but it was like it was even worse, right? Because the first match, Toma was up, and then somehow they threw it. That's the worst. That's the first battle. That's their first match. You know?
It's an awful feeling.
Yeah, you're like, we're up 3K, we got this. Oh, wait, we actually lost. Oh, shoosh. You know? And then so it comes to that, and then you have Team Flare right here. They have 6,100 HP left. They could fight another team. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a really good opening. Good openings, actually, you want to set the flow right. Setting the flow is really nice. Now, some teams that are really, really old school, they're used to it. They're like, okay, they're like, well, this is their map pick, so we might lose both of them. It's not a big deal. On our maps, we're gonna 2-0 them, right? But as this league is young, when it comes to the 6v6 format with these tank rules and stuff like that, I feel like that the longer we go into this, the more interesting it's going to get. Like the what matches were that on Wednesday that were just so amazing? It was FHS versus
go back and check.
Why am
I'm trying to remember the matches.
Burbology.
Because we're
my brain. Yeah, it was FHS versus Burbology.
4-1 or 4-0. 4-1.
I think it was 4-1.
In really good fashion.
Yeah,
really,
it was
really like fresh.
Correct. It was really. I almost feel like they had to 4-0 Tomatitos just to show people that, like, hey, we just had a bad day on Wednesday. Copium. But
and Team Flare played that a lot simpler. CatJam was very strung out and had a lot of little pockets of tanks, and Flare just grouped up and pushed the little pockets and just found the isolations really quickly. They set the tempo, but they didn't go all in on a random blind push. And yeah, now we've got round 2. CatJam bringing something that they brought before, a Badger on defense.
Oh my god, they got Honey in a Badger. Ha ha ha. That's funny because, his name is Honey Badger. Oh, ha ha ha.
Now, if you're sitting at the bottom of the league and you bring things like a Badger and you're the only one doing it, if it works, great. But if it is not working,
it doesn't work. The last time they brought a Badger,
it did not work.
IS-7 circled him. He took one shot and circled him. Like, why are you bringing a Badger? What are you doing?
Dark Ninja doing a scouting loop and getting a lot of intel. I don't know if he lit the VZs or not.
They probably don't even have it set up right. Like, they probably have really bad field mods. Like, I remember him saying, I swear it was Honey, or it was somebody on the team, was like, I didn't pick the HP field mod
Dark
on
Ninja
the IS-7.
He's going on the cap, dude. He's like, nah, I'm not wasting any time. Yeah, Honey Badger hasn't even gotten in position yet. And look, Dark Ninja's like, here. And CatJam had all their tanks lit, and immediately all of Flare was rotating and changed where they were going. The Batch had already disengaged to the south, and they're just already starting to cap pressure.
6 inches away from his monitor and going like, watch this, Badger won't even hit me. and just like zooming across the map. And he did, and he didn't. And so it's like, it really comes down to this, right? How
do you get resets?
What do they do on Himmels?
What did they do?
No, what do you think they're going to do on Himmels? Because
I don't know. It's probably the same thing. Look at the setup. They did this, I think, last time pretty much.
What is the point of the Badger if he's not resetting?
Also, what is the point of the Badger if he doesn't get the scouting intel at the beginning if they're actually pushing through to that cap? Because they then acted surprised when, like,
I mean, might as well bring a 4005. At least he would have been tall enough to light the CS, and maybe he's, Dark has
that one tiny random bush near Honey Badger where, like, a Badger I think technically maybe can sit in it, but it would be bad because then he's easily blinded and killed. But like, teams used to sit a random light tank or a Sturv or a Bat Chat there sometimes, but it would be very stuck. It's a very like risky one of strat you do, and you hope you catch your opponent out, but then you have to have something to punish them when they come in, and the problem is they didn't have anything set up to punish. So the Badger's coming in for these resets here.
And is he loading HE? Did he just switch to HE? Or Hash, whatever it is in this? Oh my god, he did.
And I mean,
but he had the lower play shot.
He's way too far.
Oh my god.
If someone's at A3, they just have easy side shots right now.
He took so much damage for that. Like, nice trade. 50 for, what, 500? Nice. This is going to go over well.
He's going to be able to get resets pretty consistently until someone goes A3, but no one's going A3. And also, so now you can see the 3 heavy tanks at E7. They're on different sides of the road, and I don't think they really know what they're going to do. Right now, they're just getting their resets. They're trying to get shots onto Honey Badger. But
oh my god, did you see that CS gun? It literally.
This is at like 550 meters. This thing is not gonna connect. There's no way. Dude, that's the Dodo spot. I stuck Dodo in that position on proc. And he played a whole bunch of different tanks. He liked playing the grill there at one point because guns needed elevation, and you needed hyper accuracy and good pen to land those shots on that tank.
Yeah, that was when the grill meta. That was when the grill was like broken. You remember that?
Well, then the Sturf came out, and he still brought the grill even for it. Sometimes he brought a Sturf, sometimes he brought a grill. And you can see, actually, F-line. So Flair realizing Cap's not going to work. They didn't have a solution to the Badger. So F-line push it is. One CS
well, I mean, they do have a solution. The IS-7 is going to circle the Badger. Watch, it's gonna happen again. I swear.
They have a VZ
you
with them.
Want to take bet?
I will not take that bet. Honey Badger's down to 400 health, and guess what? Now Banjo and Bloop and stuff, they're here looking for shots in the ice, but they can also step up and kill Honey Badger too, because there's no shots coming from the hill. Like someone can actually just go do it.
Ooh,
there's a
what's the 1v1 over
south,
here?
External dump. No, it's a 2v1 because external was down here. And when Dark Ninja showed up, he got the green light to go. And
now they're shooting Felix. They're like, yo, Felix, what's up?
And Banjo's across, and they just have taken the south.
Did you know what I really recently realized? So Banjo is Manu.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Manu? Like M-A-N-U? Why did he change his name?
I don't know, because he's weirdo. You call him Manu? I call him Manu. But...
No, I just said Manu to like spell it phonetically.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, it's Manu. So I don't know. I think we should force him. I think we as casters we should both admin a forced name change on him. Because I did not know it was him. Because I could have. Because I could have been. I didn't know who. I didn't know who he was.
There's a tracked Badger dying. It's dead.
Yeah, look, this time the IS-7 didn't even need to fight him. He just drove past him.
HP's kind of close. I'm saying that as a, like...
You're so nice.
Kind of surprise.
Right.
Well, I mean, it could very easily be, like, Team Flare at, like, 8K.
Well, no, yeah, I really didn't know it was Manu, and I really wish I'd known sooner, because I was just being nice to Banjo. I didn't know who it was, but, I mean, it's Manu. Like, Manu, you're playing bad. Like, what are you doing? Come on, get better at the game. It was so mean. But for those of you that don't know, like I literally platooned with half of these guys back in the day, and I've been on teams with others and stuff like that.
Such a low win rate.
Okay, dude. What?
Oh, that was good. Sorry, it was like you underhanded that to me. Like that was a nice little lob serve, and I had to smash it. I'm sorry. See, you could have said, something.
Look at your boy Felix. How are you feeling about him on this team? Whoa, what the heck? That looked like an arty view for a second. I was getting PTSD. Well, go ahead.
I feel like at this point,
wow, he
not
hits
hurting
those.
nor harming.
I mean,
them.
misses. It's not. You hear that, Felix? You're not harming the team.
I mean,
wow, he's really good at aiming. This is impressive.
It's
I mean, it's not like it matters.
He's an experienced player and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know what his synergy is with some of those guys and how long he's played with them. And...
I don't think a lot. I mean, some of those guys probably don't even know who he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like, I don't know. I think that. I don't think this strat fell apart because of the Badger, but I think it didn't help. Know what I mean? I don't think it helped.
What do you mean? If it was like...
I mean, if it was an IS-7 or something like that, I think they still lose. That's what I meant. If it was something like, that could get resets consistently and safely and still have a turret, I think they had other issues with their overall...
I mean, can't a Kron get resets? Can't a Kron just, like, poke the IS-7 and then just blast him?
Yeah, but the Kron is really tall and a little squishy. I would think IS-7 is really powerful for resets there. Just because of the way
because you get HE each other?
And once it got buffed, when it got this is like many years ago, when it had -5 degrees depression, it was kind of bad. But like when it got the -6, it became a lot more powerful. Some people even like back in the day things like super gonkers and stuff like that there, but they're so big. You have to be careful about your side turret and your side profile on that rock if someone's at A2. Because they can get good side shots, and the i7 doesn't.
The
have that
next
problem.
map is Hemis. So what are you guys thinking? Hmm?
I mean, I'm expecting Flair to 2-0. I don't know. Like
Really? Even though it's CatJam's pick, and Honey Badger said he wasn't a bad caller in my chat.
Is he bringing a Badger again? Because maybe a Badger can work on Himmelsdorf.
No, E3,
I don't know.
dude. There's no shot you bring a Badger instead of E3.
Yeah, but the Badger can do technically more damage in 2 shots than the E3 can do in 1 shot. So all it has to do is like the E3 and the Badger shoot each other. The E3 stays still, and the Badger is allowed the 4.5 or whatever second it is reload, 5-second reload grace period to then fire again before getting safe. Then the Badger will have had, 70 more alpha.
All I know is somebody else was in the Badger the first time, and I feel like Honey, he's one of those you ever like one of those callers?
Oh no, it's not the Badger that's the problem. It's you're playing it wrong.
Yeah.
Oh
no.
No.
It was definitely, I think it was Newton. In the Badger.
So here's what happens when you're a caller and you see that lineup.
Yeah.
And you see Badger.
Yeah.
You immediately go, well, they're not going to do anything aggressive anywhere. If that Badger was any other tank, granted they had 2 i7s, I don't know, just replace it with anything with a turret that isn't a mouse. They can, in theory, be doing something, and you have to like kind of check for it and be safe about it. When you see the Badger, you just go, well, we're not worried about them dumping 6-line or even doing something really stupid against us or pushing 2-line or something really nothing can happen. So they immediately start cutting corners, and that's why they're able to catch it so early with that scout loop, because they know like that CS could have been completely blapped if they were all pushing up that way, but not that a team would do that. But he knows that they're not going to do that.